Hello, this is Sherry of the Waveland Park Neighborhood Association, and this is the first ever episode of What's News, Neighbor? And I'm speaking with Jeff Bruning of the new Lucky Horse Lucky Horse
Beer and
Burgers,
Burgers.
beer and Burgers. Thank you. I knew I was going to get it wrong. And you're a neighbor, and you've just opened up in the Drake area, which is just east of us at Waveland Park. And it's the weirdest thing because of the pandemic. I went over to grab my beer so that I could sample it, and we'll talk a bit about that in a minute. But I'm talking to you from afar, sadly, today, but that won't last for long. So it's gorgeous. Since I did stop in, but I'm gonna let you do all the talking. So what's news? You guys are just opened up, right?
Yes, and to your point, we are offering online ordering and curbside pickup or pickup. We could run it out if we needed to, but right now you just walk up to our counter, grab your food, and out the door you go. And what's new is we're new. We've been open since the 15th or so of July. We're rounding out. I think today would be the start of our third week open. Nothing but rave reviews. Sincerely, 5 stars across the board. People have loved it. I would attribute that to we haven't been as busy as we normally would be. We own our company. Our group has 15 places. And we've had some really out of the park places that were busy from day one, and we've had other places that struggled a little bit, so we're used to that. But this is new. We're not used to this, and this is taking us a little bit to wrap our heads around. But I will say that it's given us the opportunity to give great service, to make the food exactly how we want it to be, to make sure the place is exactly how we wanted it to be. We waited 4 months from when we wanted to open March, April, May, June, July, 4 months to open. We were planning on opening in March. And so everything's just functioning great, looks great. Food is great. Got great beers, 24 on draft. We've got 2 frozen cocktails. We got actually frozen lemonade, like State Fair lemonade frozen. And then we also have a frozen old fashioned, which has Templeton rye in it. The lemonade you can add alcohol to it. And we have them to go, which is really a cool thing. We have cocktails to go, we have beer to go, we have like the cans you got. We also have coming really soon a canning machine that will allow us to can 8, 12, and 16 ounce cans. So we're gonna do 8, 12, and 16 ounce cocktails, but also some of the beers we have on draft, you'll be able to get, and you'll be able to take them home. Take them with you. So you'll be able to get things like old fashions in an 8 ounce can. So you can have one at your house, in your backyard, or take them to the beach or wherever into the future. We're also, that machine's going to be shared with the library, which is another one of our businesses that they have the famous library latte. You'd be able to get that in a 16 ounce can or 12 ounce, depending on what size we get. Have those, take them home from the library. So lots of cool things happening with us here in the Dogtown neighborhood.
Yeah, great. Well, and like I say, I was lucky enough to go stop in, and it's really nicely appointed. You've got it's a beautiful place. Maybe you can walk us around in a minute. And you've got a lot of parking, which over there in that area, that's a big deal. You know, you've got some parking behind, which is nice too.
We have parking. We have no meters, 2-hour parking. There's parking everywhere. And everything's pretty accessible and convenient. And we do have our own lot.
So this is news to me. Newsflash! I did not know that it's 4 court. Help me out. 4 court.
Full court press. Full court. It's a basketball term. Where our first place was the Royal Mile, and that was on 4th Street, right off of Court Avenue downtown. So we just came up with that name. Now it's kind of a catch-all for all of our places now, because there's several corporations that have several of our businesses, but we're known for places like the Royal Mile, Hessen House, Buzzard Billy's, Fong's, Iowa Tap Room, the Chicken, Rita's and Truman's. Rita's is a new one that's done really well during this pandemic because we have 2/3 of its outdoor seating. And then in our neighborhood are or next to Waveland Park, we have, of course, Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers here in the Dogtown neighborhood, just the next to Waveland.
Right.
And then we have the Fongs on Forest Avenue and basically adjacent to the Drake campus. And then the library was our first one, which is just on the edge of Drake campus in the heart of, well, just on the somewhat western edge of Drake neighborhood, which is right butted up against y'all.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I did not realize that you guys own that as well, but it's news to me. So that's cool. Okay, so what is it? What was the impetus behind building this town in the Drake neighborhood?
Well, we got here by $8,000 or just a fraction of money per year sales. The library sold a little bit more beer and booze than food, so we went ahead and proactively changed our license from a restaurant that serves alcohol to a tavern that serves food. It's a technical thing, but through that I had to work with the Drake Neighborhood Association and got to make friends. I made friends with a man named Ryan Arnold that works in the alumni office from Drake, and he invited me down to say hi one day, and he's like, "Just, you don't have to do it, but I want to tell you about the DNA or the NDC, the Neighborhood Development Corporation, which is our landlord here." So I met Abby, and what they do is rehabilitate buildings that are kind of out of the financial reach of most businesses. And so that's what they do. And they wanted to move their office from Ingersoll to here if they found the right tenant. I said, you know what, I'll meet Ryan. Then I said I'd meet Abby, but we're done. We're not doing any more places. But as you know, I live near here. I live right by the library, just right around the corner. And Drake neighborhood is my neighborhood. And I have friends. In fact, our HR person has an office upstairs. Is our only kind of home office for the whole company. And she used to live in Waveland Park, and she's like, "You got to get with the Waveland Park people. It's a great neighborhood. It's the kind of people you want to have in your place." And I'm like,
Not
okay,
right.
you know, I ride my bike through there all the time, and you know, and think a lot. I mean, I think it's a great neighborhood, of course, and so yeah, so I ended up saying yes. But this one, I would definitely say, tomorrow I turn 50, and that is a commitment I made to myself, my mental health, and my family, and anybody. And I'm willing to say it every time I'm on camera or on being recorded. This is the last place you're looking at over my shoulder, the last place that I'll ever own, brand new out of the box. But we have so many other ones we need to work on and keep track of. We signed a great deal. We formed a great partnership with Abby and the Neighborhood Development Corporation, and we're super happy to be here. There's 4 new restaurants in the neighborhood, including ours. Papaquino's isn't changed their name, so that isn't exactly new, but they are a new name, and they're rolling out a whole new thing, so they are kind of new. And then across the street also is Coach's Kolaches and Rico's are all new. And if you haven't heard of Fernando's, it's one of the best places to get from dough to burrito place, a locally owned place here in the neighborhood. So there's a really great reason to come over here. A lot of places. If you don't quite know where we're at, if you know the Drake Diner, where you can, from there, screened-in porch, you can see Lucky Horse. So we're just a block away. I'm looking out the window and I see the Holiday Inn that they're adjoining to, and we're a block from Old Main. The back door of the Varsity Theater is as you can see it from our back parking lot, and all included, everything in this neighborhood, they're putting in about $250 million worth of new construction, and that would include the Varsity and the 350 units and apartments and shops that they're putting there. The Home to Suites hotel that's just getting close to being finished. They'll have a restaurant on the main floor. Apartment condos next door. Hope Lutheran has taken over the church on the corner next to them, right across from Old Main. The Harkin Institute is being built right now. And then we'll see how it goes. But the new football stadium, the high school football stadium, that's a little controversial right now. But I guess for our own sake, it'd be great if they put it there. But they got to work that out. But if that happens, that's another project that's going in the neighborhood.
Wow.
So
Lots of stuff happening. Well, it sounds like a good time to get in on this, but like you say, taking a step back. Well, I know we're running out of time, Jeff, but I wanted to quickly mention a couple things. Can you just give us a quick span of the place? I mean, it's beautiful inside. I probably can't do it justice, but.
Well, it's pretty photogenic. So this is a bar that we got from Tama, Iowa. It was originally, or Toledo, Iowa, was originally in Tama, Iowa. It's about an 1890s style back bar, and the front bar is was from the same place.
It's beautiful.
Business partner here and in several places, Don Short from West End Salvage, and so he's put together some stuff. And here's our 24 handles. There's our slush machine. Lemonade on the left and mango on the right now, but normally would be the frozen old fashioned. And like I say, our 24 handles. The Buffalo up there used to be at Crazy Horse, which is formerly the name of Crazy Horse Guitars, was this place.
Oh, all right.
So here's the kitchen and where you put your order in. Here is our menu. I don't know if that shows up backwards print or if it's correct. I guess.
Actually, it looks forward to me.
Yeah, there you go. So that's our menu. Lots of vegetarian items, 9 different burgers, flatbreads, appetizers. We kind of say very craveable things, memorable things you want to come back and have again. From that same bar in Toledo, we have 4 booths. It's a guy named Steve Wiedern from my hometown in Carroll. This used to be the ceiling tile on the floor.
Oh, it's beautiful.
On the ceiling here. It's on the walls in a few spots.
I like it.
Really neat poster from Crazy Horse. It's Neil Young, Crazy Horse from a 91 tour. And there's across the street, there's Dough Company Pizza, which is the new Papakino's.
Okay.
And
it's beautiful.
Walk you back around. There's the front of the corner. This is a legal clinic, a Drake University legal clinic right across the street from us.
Right.
And there's Charles. He does the beer here. And then one last thing, I'll walk you out so you can see the space.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, so we're an 1890s building, thereabouts. There's all the construction down the street, the church I talked about, the Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
It's a great neighborhood. It's been an up and comer for a while, but it's really kind of hitting its stride.
Yeah.
I was a part of the downtown neighborhood association, the Court Avenue district, and not the neighborhood association, the Court Avenue district, and help put that together and get a historical status. And this place around here, this is a little bit further ahead than we were down there, and you can just see that there's a real future. There's a real opportunity in this neighborhood to become something really special. And I can tell you that the Des Moines West Chamber, I think I said that right, Des Moines Chamber West.
Yes, Des Moines Chamber West, that's correct.
They're pushing, we're a member, and they're pushing pretty hard to get the Dogtown name on the map. I think the Shops at Roosevelt's done a good job. They applied for their historic status the same time the Court Avenue did, the same time East Village did. And I don't need to explain those or where they're at. But Dogtown, I think we're going to need to learn that. We're going to do our best to help put Dogtown on the map.
That's a great initiative, and it will come easily to people because a lot of people. I'm a Drake grad. We all consider it Dogtown, so it's about time.
Yeah.
Well, in the last minute I have with you, Jeff, I know you're busy, so but wanted to say thank you. So this is kind of wacky, pandemic time, right? So I come over to your place with a mask to grab a beer. So talk to me a little bit. So I took a picture which I'll include with this video. about the Carroll beer. So I don't differentiate beer as well as I'd like, but I've opened up the mild Carroll beer, and it tastes like it says. It's quite mild. It's got a chocolate and taste to it. So talk to me about why Carroll, and what your focus is on the beers here. I mean, you're obviously a connoisseur, yes?
Yes. In some circles, I'm kind of the beer guy at Des Moines. Not self-proclaimed, but I talk a lot about beer on the radio on KXNO a couple times a week. The L Bay Shop has 262 draft handles. The Iowa Tap Room has 99. The library up the street has 41. For a long time, beer is all I did. My hometown's Carroll, so the opportunity arose, and I took the chance to become a partner in Carroll Brewing. And Carroll works to have really kind of clean, clear to style, light in alcohol beers for the most part, that you can have more than one. You know, we sell them in 6-packs at the stores. They're on draft at quite a few locations, and it's in an old power plant in Carroll, and it really has the flavor of all the things we've done at Full Court Press. This old building turned into something new, but retaining the elements from the original building. And so it's really a good one. I think I got you our IPA, our mild, our red, and our light. And then our business partners here, see you guys. Our business partners, some of them own the Carroll Brewing Company, and then one of my partners owns Single Speed. So we wanted to kind of get our beers out there for people to try. But we also are focused in on Iowa craft beer. So half of our handles are from other craft beers and friends that I've made over the years. Some really great beers.
Yeah, well, you're right. It's quite mild. Obviously I'm doing the one that says mild, but it really is for a dark beer. It's nice and mild. It's smooth.
It's an English mild. If you think it's kind of the milder version of a stout, I guess is the best way to put it. But
that's what I was thinking.
It's a very standard English style beer.
Right. And I'd liken it to, help me. I mean, it's kind of got a Guinness, but not nearly so harsh.
Yeah, I hate to say watery, but it's not. It's not so concentrated bitterness. Yeah, it's smooth. Yeah. It's got a little sweetness to it.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Well, we'll certainly enjoy. And you also included Tip the Cow, which is cocoa espresso milk stout. I'll be curious to try that one out.
Yeah. Have that one. Don't have that one late in the day. It'll keep you up. That's got some coffee in it. But really, one of the greatest beers. People love that beer, Tip the Cow.
All right.
And and the Gable. I said I gave you the Gable too, and the Gable is named after Dan Gable, the wrestler. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, basically American icon, American hero, so yeah, so that's pretty neat that they partnered with him. I think part of the profits go to the National Wrestling Museum.
That's wonderful. Well, Jeff, I really thank you for taking time to do this interview. We'll be sharing it with Facebook, and really appreciate that you're a Waveland Park neighbor. And the best of luck this time. This crazy will pass, and we'll all be able to sit and dine and enjoy beers and at Lucky Horse. And I can't wait. And now it's open; people can do that. And I know you guys are doing what you can to be responsible. So
you can order toast. You can order toast online. So you get their food ordered online. You can call in. You can come in. All of our employees. I just put a phone call in to my HR upstairs, and our company. Although for this I don't have my mask on, but it's sitting right next to me. Everyone at work wears a mask, and we'll be wearing them through August, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. So trying to create a level of safety, but we've always been very safe. The restaurant industry, I will say from my own perspective, is one of the safest. It may be portrayed as one of the scariest, but we always have to be careful about all sorts of public safety items. So we're doing it still. We'll always do it, and we'll look forward to anyone who wants to stop out and dining with us at their level of safety or how they feel about it.
Totally awesome. All right. Well, Jeff, thank you so much, and welcome. Welcome to the neighborhood again.
You bet.
Not your
Thank you
first,
so much.
it's not your first rodeo. It's not your first rodeo, but thank you anyway.
Oh, you bet. Well, you bet, Sherry. Yeah, keep me posted. I'd love to be involved.
Thank you. Take care.
You bet. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.